Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. So for today's video, guys, I am so excited, but we're going to be reviewing the new Natasha Denona Pastel palette, and we're going to see, is this actually worth it? So you guys want to know what my thoughts are on this, what type of look I create, well then definitely keep on watching. What? I cannot believe I am reviewing another Natasha Denona palette on my channel. Well, for the longest time, I always called her Natasha Denoni, and you guys are like, bitch, get the name right. And then two, I just never reviewed her stuff on my channel in the past because at the end of the day, her palettes are quite expensive. And since I canceled a few subscription boxes, it's definitely opened up a door for me. So now I'm going to start reviewing more like high-end and of course drugstore. But I am just so excited because I really do love her formula. I did a review on her palette. I think it's like the Glam Face palette. I remember I reviewed it like in November, and I was like, holy shit, this is so good. So I've definitely really enjoyed her palettes, and you guys know I obviously have a soft spot for pastel palettes. If you guys have been here on my channel for a while, you guys know I'm obsessed with them, trying to match today. So when I saw they were launching this, I was like, I have to have it. Now, first off, look at the outside packaging. I don't know how well it comes off on camera, but this has like a little bit of an ombre effect. It goes from like a pink to a light mint green, and it is just so pretty. So this palette does retail for $65. It actually originally launched in the UK first before it launched over here, which I was like, oh my god, that's so random, because that I feel like never happens, but it did. And then it finally launched last week on her website, and then it launched in Sephora this week as well. So my order's here. It finally arrived, and like I said, this palette does retail for $65, and it says that this palette is bursting with lush, inspiring colors from playful pinks and yellows to delicate purples and blues. Anything but ordinary. The pastel eyeshadow palette's unique color story offers buildable intensity for everything from subtle to statement looks. Go monochrome with the same pastel shade in different tones, or use the same palette to add a pop of pastel to otherwise neutral eyes. The only limit is your imagination. Whatever you choose, all formulas in this palette blend seamlessly for long-lasting, effortless pro-level looks. Well, they never met me because I am definitely not a pro. So this is long-wearing matte finish. It doesn't have parabens. It has a metallic finish, and it's a pressed powder formula. So I really do like how the outside of the packaging is a matte packaging, because a lot of her palettes tend to be like chrome looking, or like, I guess it'd be chrome, right? Where it has like that nice little shiny feel to it. And I can't stand when palettes have that, because I get my dirty ass fingers on these palettes, and then it just like leaves my, fingerprint. And I'm like, listen, I don't need to be leaving my fingerprint here on these palettes. One, they're gross to look at. And two, what if like, I don't know, like an alien comes down and wants to inspect my fingerprint? I don't know. I get really weird about it. I don't like my fingerprints being left on palettes because it just takes away the beauty of it. But I'm really glad this definitely does have a matte feel to it. And then it's weird though, on the back it has like these dots. That's so weird. And then on the inside, this is my first time looking at it. Oh, this is so pretty. This is how the palette looks on the inside. This is super beautiful. This is a perfect spring palette. I really do love the aesthetics of this palette. Super beautiful. I have no idea what type of look I would create, but I really do love the look of this. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch this palette. Then we're going to dive on in. Typically, I don't like to swatch palettes, especially pastel palettes, because these are so light in pigment and these are so light in pigment, and you really have to kind of build them up to get the look that you're looking for, because they do blend away really easily. I'm also not the biggest fan of swatches in general because I suck at them, but we're going to swatch them today because sometimes when I swatch these, they do kind of help me figure out what I want to do. So let me go and swatch these. Okay, so here's all the swatches right here. They are really beautiful, although the only shade that really sticks out is this shade right here called Dainty. That shade really does stick out. This is going to be a duochrome shade right here, and so is this shade right here. This is the shade Illusion, and this is going to be the shade Duet. Definitely has that nice little chroma feel, definitely has a nice little like duochrome. And this Periwinkle Blue is actually really beautiful. So I think this is like definitely a perfect palette for the Easter season, for the spring season. So I'm going to zoom you guys in, and we're just going to start playing with this palette and see, was it actually like worth the buy? Because it's so pretty and I really want it to be. So let me go and get you guys zoomed in. Put on the inner corner, and then I realized I wasn't filming, so I was talking to myself for 10 minutes. You have got to love that. Yep. Sure do. Also, my brows look incredibly dark right now. I don't know why. I didn't do anything different. I think I might have overdone it. But there's no point in fixing it because I'm like, you know what? I would just accidentally get foundation in my brows because, yo, this shit looks dark. Also, if my thumb looks really weird to you, a little swollen, I'm dying to put this back onto my thumb, but I'm not because I want to be able to film. I had the pleasure of saying, you know what would be really fun today is if I put my thumb in the little car door, you know, and I close it. I was like, this will be fun. So I did that. And well, I caused it to bleed right here, bleed right there, and it's swollen. And I really can't move it too much. I know it's fine. It's not broken or anything like that. It's just probably really swollen and tender. My nail's a little deeper in color. But I just don't feel like wearing this. Even though this is so comfy, I don't feel like wearing this. So anyway, my life is just a mess right now. So we are going to tell some stories. Because I haven't actually sat down and played with makeup with you guys in like a hot minute. Just kind of like caught you guys up in my life. So, ew, I just put this nasty thing on my freaking donut. Okay, so anyway, this is gonna be a day. So anyway, we're gonna sit back, relax, we're gonna play, we're just gonna chit chat, we're gonna gossip, we're gonna share some coffee. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with this shade Feather, and we're gonna go into the inner corner. Now typically on a pastel shades, it actually does help if you use like a color on your eye. Like if I use like a color base or like P. Louise, like instead of using like a, you know, base like this, I can use like a color base to like really help to enhance the pastel shades. But I'm not looking for it to be too enhanced because I'm only using 2 mattes and then I'm using 2 shimmers. I really want a soft, very, very soft look because whenever I wear pastel looks, I never feel the need to wear lashes, and I love that. So I'm gonna go for a very soft look today. So we're gonna take the shade Feather and we're literally just going to pack it in the inner corner. So 2 weeks ago, guys, I went to a bachelorette party. Now, I'm only going to tell you a little bit of the story because I just found it to be quite hilarious. So, we were outside this bar. Mind you, I only had water because I just wasn't in the mood to drink. Just, I don't know, just don't care to drink right now. So, I only had water. And no, I'm not pregnant, okay? Because people have been asking me because my titties were showing the other day in my video. Oh my God, your titties are nice and full. Are you pregnant? No, it's called Victoria's Secret and getting my period. So, if these puppies want to grow, though, by all means, I'm waiting. So anyway, we were outside this bar or whatever, and I saw this lady. She was dressed up to the T in a very, very nice business suit. And I saw her walking towards me, and I was like, ooh, thinking to myself, that's a really nice business suit. When I saw her ankle go... And then she did like this really weird wobbling thing. I kind of look like this.
That was uncool. That's embarrassing. This is at least the second time.
And it just like in slow motion. She wobbled and then she just proceeded to fall and then slide. And I was like, oh my God, are you okay? And she immediately gets up laughing. She's like, oh my God, I'm fine. And I start laughing. And I literally said as I'm laughing, I probably shouldn't be laughing because karma's going to come and bite me in the ass. Oh. And that wasn't a true statement. I don't know what is. Because not 5 minutes later, we were crossing the biggest crosswalk in downtown Orlando to go to another bar. And mind you, I'd only had water. We were literally crossing the busiest section on the big crosswalk where everybody's crossing. And I'm wearing wedges. I don't ever wear heels. I don't ever wear wedges. Like, it's just not for me. And as we're crossing literally in the middle of the street, my foot goes and I just dove towards the ground. The first thing that hit the ground was my leg. My knee, my left knee hit the ground, and then my face proceeded to follow, going, what would this taste like? Right there. I mean, I ate shit.
My knee! Oh, man.
I was just like, what does this road taste like? Let's find out. I love the smell of tar. Let's see what this tastes like. That's how bad it was. And everybody's like, oh, and like all these weird men were like, oh, let me help you. She's drunk. She's drunk. And I'm like, bitch, I only had water. It's 8:30. And they immediately like helped me to my feet. And I, surprisingly enough, was not embarrassed. I genuinely thought I was going to be embarrassed. I was too busy going, I just want to grab my leg and go, you know, like, shit, falling in your 30s is way different than falling in your 20s. Falling in your 20s, you can get back up. In your 30s, you're like, I need a minute. Hold on. And we got life alert. Hold on. You know, like, that's how bad it was. I was like, oh, this is going to swell. And then I proceeded to laugh my ass off for 20 minutes, like to the point that I was in tears. I was laughing so hard. So that happened. And that was like the highlight of my night, was like literally me eating shit and thinking it was the funniest thing in the world. Well, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. That night I looked at my leg and it was so swollen. Like my knee was so swollen. And it was really starting to bruise. And I was like, oh my God. Like, what the hell happened? And I told Corey the story. Corey's like, you somehow managed to trip when there's nothing there. I'm like, yeah, I don't. I'm very clumsy. And so he's like, how do you manage to do this? I'm like, I don't know. Anytime I wear heels or wedges, you can best believe I will fall and or trip. I just don't do well with it. I'm not that girly, you know? I'm not that type of girl. I'm gonna go into the shade Darity right here. Beautiful shade, by the way. So that's what happened that night. And then last week, I went to St. Augustine for a little girls' weekend with me and my best friend. And we were like gonna go to the beach. We were gonna have drinks and sit by the pool and just like have a really relaxing weekend. Oh, nay. Florida was like, you know what would be really fun for this weekend? Let's have it be pouring rain and have the weather be in the 30s. That'd be fun. And we were like, what the heck? All we wanted to do was sit in our bikinis, lay by the beach, and just have some drinks. It's all we wanted to do. But Florida chose a different path for us. So we were like, you know what? We're going to make the best of it, because we're just going to make the best of it. So we decided to go to 2 different bookstores, which we had the best time. I got way too many books, and I'm just like, is this really even necessary? But yes. So we went there, and then we went to go get a facial, a pedicure, and a massage. Now we went to like this really unique like pedicure place, and the lady that I had was very eccentric. She was very much a hippie, and I can tell she probably took a few too many dabs before doing my feet, because the way she painted my toes, y'all, I swear to God, it looked like a 5-year-old child. But she she kept holding my foot and was doing this. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, what do I do? I'm not mean. So I just like sat there, and Alyssa and I were just laughing the whole time, like, this lady's falling asleep. But she kept forgetting that she was falling asleep. So she just kept giving me foot massages the entire time. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to fight you because you're doing foot massage. And that's just generally what I care about. And I'll tell you what, her foot massages, pretty top notch. They felt really good. And I was like, have at it, lady. You want to sleep and wake up and massage my foot again because you forgot? Please, by all means. So we did that, and then we went to go get a massage and a facial. Now, when I went to the massage place, I was telling them that I had some issues with like my neck. Like I couldn't fully turn it over here without it being kind of painful. And I thought it's just because I carry a lot of stress in my neck, like a lot of knots. And they were saying, no, you have a lot of fluid built up. So she did like this really unique massage where she drained all my lymphatic nodes, like the fluid that's in there. And it was the most unique massage I've ever had. It was very interesting because I could actually feel it like draining. And then when she did my feet, because she talked about how everything like is like works together, like almost like an acupuncturist. Oh my God, I was like, can I take you home?
You're coming home with me.
Like, I'm gonna take you home with me, and you're never gonna leave because you're coming home with me. You know, like that's how good her massage was. And I was really blown away by like how good her massage was. I was like, holy crap, I've never experienced anything that nice before. So right after that, I was super, super relaxed, and I just was like, oh my gosh. Because like Alyssa tells me all the time when she gets massages, she falls asleep. And she's like, does that happen to you? And I'm like, no, is that like a thing? And she's like, yeah, it's a thing. I was like, no, I never fall asleep. I don't have that issue. Well, then I go to the facial right afterwards, and the facialist was like, "Oh, okay, you know, what are your concerns?" And I said, "Oh, I have really large pores and oily skin." And she's like, "You don't have large pores." Am I seeing stuff? I was like, oh. She's like, "Oh, those are medium pores, honey. Those are medium." "Oh, okay. Well, can I get them extraction, like do extraction and stuff like that?" She's like, "No, you don't need that either. Your pores are super clean." The fuck, they're not. Okay. So she did like this really nice, like rejuvenating facial. And then she was asking me, I'm gonna go into the shade Mint Frost right here. She's asking me what skincare products I use. So I was like, oh, I use Tatcha, I use Kate Somerville, I use Kors, I use Good Molecules. And she's like, oh, you use the cosmetic skincare. Yeah. Oh, no, sweetie, you need professional skincare. There's a difference. So she was trying to sell me on Dermalogica, and she's like, just so you know, Dermalogica is really expensive, so I just want to give you a heads up. And I'm just like, first off, I'm paying for a damn facial, okay? That's $100 facial. You don't think I know that shit's expensive? Also, I kind of know my skincare just because I'm doing this industry long enough. I go shopping at Sephora long enough. I pretty much know what prices will be. So she was like, it's pretty expensive. Just want to give you a heads up, but you should really look into getting that to control oil, to, you know, exfoliate the pores and stuff like that. And she proceeded to give me the best facial of my entire life, to the point that I literally had to pinch the inside of my thigh because I was falling asleep. And I said, oh, fuck no, I am not falling asleep during this because I want to actually genuinely enjoy my massage. Plus, I have like a really fun, plus I always make a joke that like people who fall asleep, like if someone, I guess if someone fell asleep on me, I'd be like, can I just sit here then and just wait until the clock's done and be, and you're done, you know, like you touching their face, right? So she tried to sell me on Dermalogica, and she's like, it's really expensive, just, you know, and she took me out there to go look at this stuff. I'm like, this is $45. My Tatcha is like $75, you know. I didn't buy anything because she's trying to sell me the kits, and I was like, no, thank you. I could just go to Sephora or go to Ulta and actually get points. She's like, oh, okay, yeah. And I don't know if she gets commission, but man, I'll tell you what, that was probably the best massage. That's probably the best facial massage I think I've ever had in my whole life. That was truly incredible. I highly recommend checking them out if you guys ever get a chance. I would love to do a facial more often than what I do, especially because I do a lot of makeup. It's just really nice to like rejuvenate the skin, keep it nice and clean, exfoliate where you know, do extractions and exfoliate, remove any dead cells. Like, I really enjoyed that massage. That's a really pretty color, by the way. I feel like I did a look similar to this, but that's okay. We're gonna go into the shade Brisk right here to do the outside. So like I said, something super easy, very basic. But that was like the most like enjoyable experience. And then after that, we were so unbelievably tired, like so tired. I was really shocked with how tired we were that we decided to go grab an early dinner, and we went back to the hotel, and we just sat there and read and like watched movies, and we just had the most relaxing time. And she was really apologetic because she was like, I don't know if you wanted to go out and party and drink, like wasn't sure. She's like, I just feel like I kind of took that away because I just, you know, wanted to have a relaxing weekend. And I said, hell no, I don't want to do that shit. I was like, I'm too old. I said, I love sitting back, relaxing, sitting by the water, listening to the waves, reading a book. Like, to me, that is very, very, very enjoyable. And she's also a mom of 2. She never gets to have a break because both her kids are under 3 years old. So this was a really well-needed relaxing weekend for her as well. It's not just about me. It's a girls' weekend for both of us. So it was a wonderful time, and I never felt so tired that I literally fell asleep at like 8 o'clock, and I never do that. And man, was that one of the best night sleeps I've ever had. So I've been telling Corey that we need to do like a couples massage together, or we need to go do a facial again, because that was truly such an epic experience. I had one of the best times. And it's so crazy because when I used to work at Ulta, I used to go to the esthetician there to do my facials, and she did a good job, but one, she's a talker. I hate going to people that are talkers. I came in here to relax. I didn't come in here to have a conversation, you know? And she one day caused one of my pores to, I don't know if it's like get infected, but like it looked like it got infected because it got like really huge on my face. It turned like black, and it was just really gross. It took a month to heal. And that's why I was like turned off to facials ever since. I was so scared that was going to happen again. But I literally loved this facial. It just was truly incredible. My skin looked amazing. So this is the look. It's very basic. It's very super easy. You can do it out the door. I wanted to just do something very soft and springy and something easy to do that it could look nice on anybody. So yeah, it's not too like, ooh, you know, out there, but usually with pastel palettes, you can only do like so much. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off of camera. We're gonna come back and do the underneath, and we're gonna do the inner corners together, and I'll let you guys know what I think about this palette. But so far it is super cute. The shadows are blending out really nicely. I'm not really having trouble laying them down. There's definitely a lot of fallout, but they're not bad. So anyway, I'll be back, guys. Okay, so now that the base is on, we're gonna go back in to the shade Feather right here, and we're actually gonna put that all underneath the waterline, and then we're gonna blend it out with the shade Brisk, that mint shade, so I can kind of like keep everything like together and cohesive. And I'm probably gonna go in with like a white liner, and then I probably will use the shade Illusion for like the inner corner, because it has that really beautiful like duochrome shift to it where it goes between like a white to like a pinkish. And I just think it would really complement that pink shade. So let's put this down. That's what I love about pastel shades. They are so easy to work with. They blend so nicely. And I think it's just because the pigment is just so different, you know. Pastels are really easy, but they can be, I guess, annoying to work with. You'd have to really like lay down a lot of product or use glitter glue, to use different bases to really get it to show. But at the end of the day, I just absolutely love pastel palettes. All right, let's go back into that Brisk shade. This palette is actually super cute. I'm not gonna lie, this is a really super cute palette. So let's take it and we're gonna slowly blend that in. It's okay. All right, guys, I'll be right back with the rest of the face on. All right, guys, and this is the final look. So what are my thoughts on the new Natasha Denona Pastel palette? Well, first off, I absolutely do love the outside packaging. I love the little ombre effect that it rocks from a little pink to a mint, which is, I just realized my eyes are matching the packaging. I truly did not intend to do that. I just realized by looking at this, like, holy shit, it goes like pink, purple, green. That's kind of funny that I unintentionally matched it. I did not mean to, but I really do like the outside packaging. I really love the fact that it's matte. And then on the inside, you do have a really beautiful pastel palette. Now, I only used the shades Feather, Brisk, Illusion, and Dainty. And Mint Frost. I didn't get to play around with the other colors too much, but I will say the colors I did play with, they are beautiful. Like the shimmers have a nice pigment to them. They blend out really nicely. There wasn't any fallout on the face. Definitely some kick up in the pan when it came to the mattes, but I didn't have any fallout on the face. So I really do appreciate that. I think they blended really effortlessly into each other. I think the shimmers worked really well with the mattes, and the shimmers also worked well with the other shimmers. And I just overall really do enjoy the aesthetics of this palette. Like, this is a $65 palette, and I definitely think it's worth it. I think this is super pretty. I think this is perfect for the spring season, and I really do enjoy the look that I came up with. I really do. It's like springy Eastery, and I just like mixing those colors together. Like, I just had a lot of fun playing this palette. I really want to do something with this periwinkle blue because this is such a beautiful shade, and I really don't see this shade that much in any other palettes. Like, this is a really hard shade for me to find, and I think it's such a beautiful, beautiful shade. So I think overall Natasha Denona did a wonderful job with this color scheme, with the packaging. I think it's overall beautiful palette. It is $65. You guys can find it available on Sephora. Now for me, it's available in stores and on the app, but I just got it on the app because for some reason my stores just don't have it right now. But I definitely think this is absolutely worth it. If you guys like Natasha Denona, you guys like pastel shades, you guys like her formula, definitely give this a check out. Definitely check this out because I truly do think it's worth it. I love the look that I created with it, and I just feel like really, really soft and dainty and beautiful. So yeah, that is my review on the Natasha Denona palette. I do think it's worth it. I hope you guys like the look I created, and I really hope you guys enjoyed the stories that I told because it's just been a week, guys, I swear. But yeah, guys, that is it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 4 to 5 videos a week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's R for the Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, a huge thank you goes to all these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe. Either way, just thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video. Bye! Hey guys, what's up and welcome. Oh, the rose quartz. No, that was Huda Beauty. I did a review on her palette. I did a review on her palette not too long ago, and I really loved it. I think it was like the Glam Light. It was on Monday here on Sephora. I finally launched Monday here, and then finally I didn't launch like last. Pastel eyeshadow palette. Anything but ordinary. The pastel eyeshadow palettes